I want to start a movement called Make Common Sense and Nuance Common Again. And I feel like ICE is such a good example. Like, if you're on the right, it seems like you have to say ICE is perfect and everything that they do is great. And if you're on the left, it seems that you have to say that you must abolish ICE. And I think that if you are just a common sense person who believes in nuance and believes that everything has a gray area, you can acknowledge that ICE should exist and that ICE does important work. And if you go to wow.dhs.gov, you can see literal pages. I think there are thousands of pages of mugshots of these illegal migrants who have been deported and been captured by ICE. They're clearly doing important work, but also we can acknowledge that ICE is full of human beings, flawed human beings who might make mistakes or even worse, intentionally do the wrong thing. I think a good example is teachers. So my parents are both educators, and there are a lot of incredible educators. And in fact, I would say most educators are great people who have a great mission and try to do the right thing. But there are also thousands of documented cases of teachers and educators using their influence and power over children to do the wrong thing, to do terrible, horrible things. You would never say abolish teachers. You would never.
What we see today is we need more common sense. We have the right basically saying we need ICE and ICE this, ICE that. You have the left that says we don't need ICE, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, we need ICE. Joe Biden brought in approximately 10 million undocumented immigrants into the United States. What are we supposed to do with that? We got to kick them out. We got to kick them out. But the thing is, I want to say about this point is people are talking about ICE agents and saying they're bad people. How would you feel if somebody messed with you at your job every single day and got in the way of you from doing your job? The reason why we have two people that are not here on this earth from Minnesota is because they were preventing ICE from doing their job. I definitely understand her point of what she's saying about the teachers. It makes total sense because these teachers are intentionally creating bad and doing bad to these kids. But ICE is not going to crowds of people and protesters and just shooting them. They're keeping them people away so they can do their job. This is why I said we need to bring back common sense and let them people do their jobs. If you have the common sense to leave people alone, those two people will not be dead today. Those two people will be alive and well and doing what they need to be doing for their family and their life. But we have people getting in the way because they have no common sense. How would you feel every single day somebody was throwing something at you? Somebody was getting in your way. Somebody was calling you crazy names, calling you this, calling you that, looking up who you are and then putting your information out on the internet. How would you feel? See, people don't understand that there's a reason why these ICE agents are kind of like real aggressive. It's because of you guys. If you guys weren't there, then they would be able to do their job and they'll be able to keep going. That's what thing we got to think about. Common sense. Do you have enough common sense to leave people alone, let them do their job? Because how would it feel if they came to the Starbucks and mess with your coffee? How would it feel if they came to your daycare and mess with your whole office and just kept calling you names and calling you all these things? You will be on edge too. I'm surprised there's only two people that's not here on this earth, to be honest. As much protesting, as much things you guys throw, as much anarchy and chaos y'all create, I thought it would be more people. How many people got shot during Obama's reign when he was taking away all these illegal immigrants? We don't even know because there's no coverage because you guys didn't bother. You guys weren't protesting. Only reason why these people are not here on this earth today is because they didn't have the common sense to get out of people's business. Anything in life, I know we have social media, I know we have the media, we have things pushing everything out, but at the end of the day, you have to have common sense to leave people alone and let them do their job.
Never say get rid of educators because you recognize that they do important work, but there are flawed human beings who might be teachers. And I'll take it a step further. Say that we put a camera in every classroom and we found out that more teachers were doing not nice things in their classroom. They weren't treating their children the way that they should. And more arrests happened. More people were fired because they were caught doing the wrong thing. Would we say that there's been an incredible increase, an insane increase in teachers doing the wrong thing? Or would we say we have more visibility over teachers and we caught people who were doing the wrong thing probably all along, and now it's just on camera? So now that we've been emboldened to put a camera in the face of all of these ICE agents, and we follow them around and we dox them, and we have ICE watch apps where we follow them around and figure out where their next mission is, and we film it, and we film hard situations. Are we saying that these situations didn't happen under Obama, or they didn't happen under Biden, or they didn't happen under Clinton or Bush or anybody else? Or are we saying now we're filming it, now we're putting it all over TikTok, now we're putting it all over the news in clips and taking out all of the context?
That's exactly what's happening. She's really good, but that's exactly what's happening. But even through all the films, do you see anything that ICE is doing wrong? All of the film, all of the tape that they show ICE agents telling them to move or going in people's houses, getting illegal immigrants out. What is wrong with that? They are doing their job. They are doing the orders that they were given. What is wrong with them going and getting illegal immigrants? Like she said, there's a website where you can see all the people that they're getting. Illegal immigrants that are here, that are taking away money from Americans, that are taking away jobs and opportunity from Americans. So for me, common sense tells me, why am I fighting for people that shouldn't be here and that's actually taking opportunity and money from me, and I'm American? Like she said, let's make common sense common again. We have to bring back common sense, because if we don't, we'll continue to have these protests. We'll continue to have these people fighting ICE agents, and all the ICE agents are doing their job. I can see the ICE agent just came out and shot everybody outside, was going haywire. Got it. We need oversight. We need something. But what these ICE agents are doing, at the end of the day, they're doing their job. They're going and getting people that are here illegally, that are rapists, murderers, and all these things, and kicking them out. What is the problem with that? The big problem about all of this is that we have these Democratic states that don't want to help. They helped Obama. They helped Clinton. They helped these Democrat presidents. But when we have a Republican president in, and he's trying to do the same exact thing that Clinton did, the same exact thing that Obama did, why is there resistance now? These are the questions that you need to have for Tim Walz, Jacob Frey, Gavin Newsom, Mamdani, all these people. Okay, would it be different if we had a Democrat president that just said, hey, this is what we're going to do? Like she said, we didn't hear anything about Obama. There was cameras around. There was news networks. So what was the problem now compared to when Obama did it? It's a hypocrisy that nobody will talk about, and they will just say, oh, well, that happened, but it was a different way. Oh, due process. What are you talking about?
Can we just acknowledge that ICE is necessary, but ICE is also flawed, but we're also showing far more of what they're up to? Can we do that?
ICE, when I look at ICE, I don't think they're flawed, but I understand what she's saying, because yes, you can have a moment of error because you have human beings. Absolutely. But what they're doing is not flawed. How efficient would they be if they didn't have to deal with protesters? How many more people could they get